The National Environmental Policy Act, passed in 1969, was instrumental in establishing set guidelines in dealing with environmental care. NEPA helped to establish the Environmental Protection Agency. It mandated and defined the use of environmental impact statements and assessments, and it mandated that developers and managers create management plans. The purposes of NEPA are to declare a national policy which will encourage productive and enjoyable harmony between man and environment, promote efforts which will prevent or eliminate damage to the environment and biosphere and stimulate the health and welfare of man, enrich the understanding of ecological systems and natural resources important to the nation, and to establish a Council on Environmental Quality. The Council on Environmental Quality was established in 1970 and is a small staff comprised of 3 members appointed by the President, and they essentially act as a federal referee for the environment and help oversee environmental impact statements. Some current Council initiatives would include determining the role of communication and interpretation in relation to climate change, determining the message of the Gulf Coast ecosystem restoration, and promoting and supporting innovative community-level involvement efforts to conserve outdoor spaces and to reconnect Americans to the outdoors. As previously mentioned, one role of the Council is to oversee environmental impact statements, which is required under NEPA for federal properties, contractors, and for any change in use, management, or risk of a property. These assessments are brief, preliminary, and require public comment and input to move forward. Management plans are also required by NEPA for federal properties which are looking into a change in ownership, use, or management. These plans include environmental impact statements and environmental impact assessments and are utilized by many states and local governments. To help control environmental issues, the National Environmental Justice Advisory Council was established and ensures the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people regardless of race, color, national origin, or income with respect to the development, implementation, and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies. NEPA can potentially affect communities or individuals. These people have an opportunity to participate in decisions about a proposed activity and can even influence the regulatory agency's decision. The concerns of all those involved will be considered in the decision-making process, and the decision-makers must seek out and facilitate the involvement of those potentially affected. As with all things related to the public and the environment, there are some issues. Some have wondered, should states have similar requirements and processes for state-owned lands?